वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा। गुरवे सर्वलोकानां विषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथस्य शिष्यं श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथस्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यं तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणं तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। You can repeat. परीक्ष्य लोकान् कर्मचितान् ब्राह्मणः
परीक्ष्य लोकान् कर्मचितान्
परीक्ष्य लोकान् कर्मचितान् ब्राह्मणः
निर्वेदमायात् नास्त्यकृतकृतेन
निर्वेदमायान्नास्त्यकृतकृतेन
तद्विज्ञानार्थं स गुरुमेवाभिगच्छेत्।
तद्विज्ञानार्थं स गुरुमेवाभिगच्छेत्।
समित्पानिः श्रोत्रियं ब्रह्मनिष्ठम्
समित्पाणिः श्रोत्रियं ब्रह्मनिष्ठम्।
ब्रह्मनिष्ठम्।
Sahatam Gurum. The last line.
Sahatam
Sahatam Gurum
Vidivat Upasannaha.
Vidivat Upasannaha
Upasannaha
Prasadya.
Prasadya
Prasadya
Prichet Aksharam Purusham Satyam.
Prichet
Prichet
Aksharam Purusham
Purusham
Satyam
Satyam
Tasmai Savidvan Upasannaya Samyak.
Tasmai Savidvan
Savidvan
Upasannaya
Upasannaya
Samyak
Prashantachittaya Shaman Vidhaya.
Prashantachitaya
Shamanvidaya
Shamanvidaya
Yenaksharam Purusham Veda Satyam.
Yenaksharam Purusham Veda Satyam
Provachatam Tattvato Brahma Vidyam.
Ajatam
Tattvato
Brahma
Brahma
Vidyam
Vidyam
Saha tam gurum vidivat upasannaha prasadya prichet aksharam purusham satyam. This person, Saha, who is that? This Brahmanaha, Jata Vairagyaha, Purushaha, Sadhana Chatushtaya Sampannaha, Bhutva, Saha, Gurum Abhigachet. Gurum Acharyam Upadeshtaram Abhigachet Prapniyat. This person who had gained sadhana chatushtaya sampatti, who has viveka, vairagya, shamadhi, shatka sampatti, shamadhi guna sampannaha, who has understood that akritaha nitya brahma swarupaha mokshaha kritena karmana na bhavati. Therefore, he understood that it has to be known. It has to be known. Therefore, Guru is required. Therefore, let him approach the Guru. Iti, the previous mantra we saw. Why should he approach the Guru? Vashakara said, Shastragyopi Swatantrena Brahmanveshanam na kuryat. Even though he is Shastragyaha, still he must not inquire into the study of Shastram, study of Brahma by himself. Swayam Dhiratva Abhimanam na kuryat. So therefore he must approach the Guru. Why? Because if he studies himself, so he may end up with a lot of doubts. He may end up with a lot of doubts, and he may give up the Shastram also. He may conclude what the Shastram says not correct, or he may establish or have his own philosophy because he has drifted from the Sampradaya. Guru is required for the Sampradaya Upadesha because Shastram bring a pramanam, and it is the Upadesha is being transferred from the Guru to his Shishya, and in that parampara. So nobody in the parampara can have a say over the Shastra Pramanam as it is in the Shastram. So it is taught by the Guru because it is a truth, the Tattvam. So therefore, to understand the Brahma Tattvam, Atma Tattvam. That is what Shaunaka asked, Kasmin Bhagava Vijñate Sarvamidam Vijñatam Bhavati. When that is the inquiry, therefore, to find out the truth of that, one has to go to the Guru. So therefore, Vidivat Upasannaha Saha Shishyaha Tam Gurum Prasadya Prichet. Let him go to the Guru and ask what this Aksharam Purusham Satyam, this Akshara Purusha, the Satya. And who is that Guru? The Guru also is being praised. The Guru also is mentioned with some adjective. Gurum Vishinashti, Shrotriyam, Brahmanishtam. The Guru should be a Shrotriya, Brahmanishta. Shrotriya Visa, Adita Veda Vedhartam, that is Shrotriya. Shrotriyam, Tam, Brahmanishtam, Brahmani Nishthavantam, Brahmajnaninam is a Brahmajnani. So Brahmajnaninam is a Shrotriya as well as a Brahmajnani. Or at least he must be a Shrotriya. He must be a Adita Veda Vedartaha. So Adita Veda Vedartaha Shrotriyaha. Then Brahmajnani Tam Brahmanishtam. Let this Shishya approach with this person who is going to be the Shishya. Approach and ask. When such type of Shishya, the qualified Shishya comes and asks the Guru, then Guru must give, you should give. Etadrasha Shishyaya Atma Bodhanam Avashyam Guruna Kartavyam. So therefore, when the Shishya, when he comes and asks Aksharam Purusham Brahma Satyam, then the Guru definitely, or he should give the Upadesha. Therefore, the next mantra says, Tasmai sa vidvan upasannaya samyak prashanta chittaya shamanvitaya enaksharam purusham veda satyam provachatam tattvataha brahma vidyam iti. In the previous mantra, we saw the Shishya is, or the would-be Shishya is a Viveki, is a Vairagi, is Parikshalokan, Karmachitan, Brahmanaha, Nirvedam Ayat. So, that Parikshanam implies Viveka, Nitya Nitya Vastu Viveka, Nirvedam, that is Vairagya. And in this mantra, other qualifications are mentioned for the Shishya. The Shishya who is Shamadhi Guna Sampannaha, Prashant Chittaya, Shamanvitaya. So, Tasmai referring to the Shishya, who has Viveka, Vairagya. Therefore, Tasmai to that Shishya, and who is Prashanta Chittaya, whose Chittam is Prashantam, Prashantaha, or Prashantam Chittam Yasya, Tasmai. To him, the one whose mind is calm, it means he has got Shama. He has got Shama, the mastery over the mind. The one who has made the mind to a greater extent a stable mind, who has got the maturity, emotional maturity, that is Shama. Shama, that is Shamanvitaya, Prashanta Chittaya, that is Prashanta Chittaya, then Shamanvitaya, the one who has withdrawn the Indriyas, Indriyani, Karmendriyani, Jnanendriyani, from the Bhagya Vishaya. So Shamanvitaya. So he has got Dhamma. So Shama Dhamma. Who this student going to be student? Saha Tasmai, to this Shishyaya Prashanta Chittaya Shamanvitaya Saha Guruhu Saha Vidwan referring to the Guru who is a Shrotriya and Brahmanishta. Saha Guruhu Shrotriyaha Brahmanishtaha Prakarshena Uvacha Provacha let him Provacha means told. Provacha means told. It is past, but we can take. He must give. He must say. So Saha Guruhu, that is the Guru who is a Vidwan Brahmavit. Saha Vidwan to this Shishya Ukta Shishyaya, and was approached the Guru with humility, with Samitpanagi, Samyak Upasannaya, Shishyaya, was approached the Guru, Shastrokta Vidina, Upasannaya, Agataya, Shishyaya, and the Shishya is Prashanta Chittaya, Darpari Dosha Rahita Chittaya, who has got Bhagya Antara Indriya Uparama Yuktaya, who has withdrawn the sense organs from the external Vishayas. To him, Provacha Bruyat, Prabruya, Prakarshena Bruyat. Provacha means Tattvataha Yatavat Bruyat. Yatavat Bruyat. That is called Provacha. As it is the Brahma Tattvam, as it is, let him give. And also completely. Because here in this Vidya, there is nothing to be retained by the Guru. The knowledge is total, therefore it is total. So Brahma Vidyam, this Brahmatma Jnanam, Yatavat Tattvataha Provacha Prabhruyat. Prabhruyat iti. Therefore, Provacha, Tam referring to this Brahma Vidya. Tattvataha, Yatavat Provacha. By that Brahma Vidya, Yena Aksharam Purusham Veda Satyam. Yena, that is by this Brahma Vidya, Yena is Yaya. Upanishad uses Yena. It is equal to Yaya. Yaya Brahma Vidyaya. This Aksharam Purusham, this Aksharam has been already described by the Upanishad in the first kanda itself. Etadadresham Agragyam Ahotram Avarnam. So this Aksharam Brahma Purusham, because why it is Purusham? Because it is Purnam, therefore Purusham. Sarvatra Purnam. And it is Satyam. It is Satyam, it is not negated by the time space. Therefore, Satyam, Veda, Yena Aksharam Purusham Brahma, Satyam, Veda, Ukta Shishyaha Vijaniyat, Ityartaha. Therefore, this Shishya knows by the teaching of the Guru, by the Brahma Vidya, this Shishya knows. Veda is Kriyapada, Vijaniyat. Veda is equal to Vijaniyat. By the teaching of the Guru, the teacher teaches Tattvataha, as it is to be told. As it is to be told means following the prakriya of the Sampradaya, this Adhyaropa Apavada prakriya. By such prakriyas, following that prakriya, without distorting the teaching, Tatvataha this vidya provacha, let the guru provacha bruyat, provacha is equal to prabruyat, let the guru teach, so that this shishya, by that vidya, by that Brahma vidya, this shishya aksharam purusham veda. Let the shishya know that aksharam purusham, that purusha, that aksharam, that which is not perishable, na aksharam, purusham, this atma, purusham is atma, sarvam purayati, atava pura ushati, this atma, which is satyam, not negatable. So, when taught by the Vidwan, the Guru, the Brahma Vidya, by the Brahma Vidya, and this Shishya, who is a qualified person, let him understand Veda, let him understand this Atma Tattvam. Iti Upanishad says, this is the meaning, this is the simple meaning of this, the last mantra of this section of the Upanishad, last section of the first Mundaka. Now, we will read the Bhashyam. Tasmai
Tasmai
Saha Vidvan
Saha
Saha
Vidwan
Vidwan
Guruhu
Guruhu
Brahmavit
Brahmavit
Upasannaya Upakataya
Upasannaya
Aya
Upagataya
Upakataya
Samyak Yata Shastram Ityetat.
Samyak
Samyak
Yata
Yata
Shastram
Shastram
Itetat.
So, to that student, who is that student? The student already been mentioned in the previous mantra. To that student, sadhana chatushtaya sampanna shishyaya ukta shishyaya tasmai guruhu this brahmavit acharyaha vidwan. All this means the teacher, the guruhu brahmavit, brahma veti, therefore brahmavit, and he is the remover of ajnanam, therefore he is guruhu. He is the upadeshtra. Upadeshtra means is the giver of the upadesha, brahma jnana upadeshtra, and he is the acharya. He follows and makes follows his disciple also, therefore acharya vidvan. So brahmavid upasannaya upagataya samipe agataya shishyaya, the one who has approached, who has gone near. That is why it is called Upanishad. The word Upanishad itself is because the jnanam, the knowledge transfer from the guru to the shishya happens by the approach of the shishya to the guru. The Upanishad refers to the jnanam, the transfer of jnanam between the guru, from the guru and the shishya, because of the approach of the shishya. That's called Upanishad. Therefore, upasannaya, samipe agataya, upagataya, agataya, shishyaya, the one who has approached. How samyak? Samyak is an adverb. It means properly. You should approach properly. It's a very important word, samyak. The time may change, but the protocol will never change. The protocol is same. Samyak, yatha shastram. If it is not within the protocol, the guru may not teach, because the protocol tells you or conveys that the shishya is ready, is prepared. Only in the prepared mind the knowledge will take place. Why the protocol is, the protocol indicates the preparedness of the shishya. That's why the protocol. Otherwise, strictly following the protocol, no use. The protocol indicates the readiness on the part of the Shishya. Therefore, Samyat, Yata Shastram, in keeping with the Shastram. Shastram Anatikramya. As per the Shastram, the instruction of the Shastram, following the Shastram. So that student who has approached teacher in keeping with the Shastram, that is the meaning. Then Prashanta Chittaya
शान्तचित्ताय
शान्तचित्ताय
Uparata Darpadi Doshaya
परदर्पादिदोषाय
Shamanvitaya
समान्विताय
Agyendriya Uparamena Cha Yuktaya
बाह्येन्द्रिय परमेण च युक्ताय
Arvataha Viraktaya Ityetat.
सर्वतः विरक्ताय इत्येतत्
So Prashanta Chittaya, which is there in the mantra, it means Prashantam Chittam. Prashantam Chittam Yasya Tasya Tasmai Yasmai. So to him, that is the one whose mind has become Prashanta. Prakarshena Shantaha Prashantaha. Uparata Darpadi Doshaya. Bhashyakara says Uparata Darpadi Doshaya. Uparataha Darpadi Doshaha Yasmat or Yasmin Saha. From one, all these defects, Darpadi Dosha. Darpa is this arrogance. So Darpadi Dosha, arrogance, anger, jealousy, fear, all these are dosha, the defects. So Adipada can bring in all the other dosha. So all these doshas are uparataha. Uparataha means just subsided. Subsided in whom, or it's a subsided from whom? Subsided in from whom? So therefore, uparata dosha, uparata darpadi doshaya. And in Gita also it is mentioned this manitvam, adambit, this manitvam, dambitvam, himsa, all these are dosha. That is why Bhagavan Krishna says amanitvam, adambitvam, ahimsa, shantihi, arjavam. The 20 important the spiritual disciplines which are called jnanam by Bhagavan Krishna, those guna, those should be endowed with those guna, those character, those qualities. When opposite to those gunas are there, they are the dosha. Because they limit the mind. Because they cause limitations in the mind that prevents jnanam to take place. One has to be sufficiently bigger, a bigger person, a great person. Then only this jnanam can take place. For this jnanam, one has to be a sane person. First one has to be a sane person to be a saintly person. To be a sane person, all these gunas are important. That is why those 20 spiritual disciplines are given much importance. That is why they are called jnanam. Because the one who has jnanam, the jnani will exhibit those guna. And for the one who wants to gain jnanam, he also must have relatively these guna. So therefore, the mind should be endowed with, because it is with the mind. If the mind are endowed with dosha, then with that karanam, antakaranam, with that instrument, jnanam cannot take place. So for Brahma Jnanam, for Brahma Vidya, one needs the mind which is relatively free from such defects. That is why the other, that is why the other yoga, other preparatory means are suggested. For the preparedness of the mind, any yoga one can take up. Those are the preparatory means for the mind. There is no problem. Once the mind is prepared, then only jnanam can take place. So the mind should be free from all these obstruction. These are the blocks. These are the mental blocks. So ahankara is a problem. It's a block. It's a very big block. So one has to be relatively free from this. Therefore, darpadi dosha rahitaya iti. Then shamanvitaya bhagyendriya uparamena chayuktaya. That is withdrawal of the bhagya indriya. Bhagya indriya means here it referring to karmendriya and jnanendriya. Bhagya indriya. Antarendriya, which is mind, already talked about prashanta chittaya. Prashanta chittaya refers to the mind, mastery over the mind. Shamanvitaya referring to the mastery over the sense organs. Therefore, bhagya indriya uparama. It is uparama. Withdrawal of the sense organs. Karmendriya, jnanendriya. It means the one who is free from the extrovertedness. Who is free from the extrovertedness of the indriyas. The sense organs, by nature, they are extrovert. Paranchikani vidrinat swayambhu parang pashyati nantaratman. Kathopanishad, Madhra says, indriyas are made extrovert. Paranchikani vidrinat swayambhu, and they get destroyed. Destroyed means carried over by the indriya vishaya. And therefore, this shishya who has prepared himself, he should be able to withdraw the sense organs from going outside. In the Ashtavakra Gita, in the beginning itself, says Vishayan Vishavatyaja iti. All the Vishayas, Indriya Vishaya, should be shunned like a Visha, like a poison, because they are detrimental to a sadhaka. So therefore, Bhagya Indriya Uparamena cha Yuktaya, endowed with these qualities. The one who has polished himself, who has refined himself to be with such qualities. Shishyaya, Yuktaya, endowed with these qualities. Sarvataha Viraktaya. Sarvataha Viraktaya is a Virakta. Virakta means it doesn't cling. It doesn't cling to anything. It's free from clinging to sense objects. Is clinging to the people, clinging to the situation. Is free, is detached. That's what it means. Viraktaya, not out of hatred. Yes, he has completely moved away. He has completely, deliberately moved away from the objects or the persons or the situations which can carry away from his moksha, from moksha pursuit. So therefore Viraktaya, that is the Virakta. Virakta means not dejected, not despondent. Viraktaha means he has deliberately chosen to be away from the Vishayas which can overwhelm him. Therefore Viraktaya, referring to the Shishyaya. Next time. Yena vijnanena yaya vidyaya paraya aksharam adreshyadi visheshanam
अक्षरम्
अदृश्यादि
विशेषणम्
तदेव अक्षरं पुरुषं
तदेव
अक्षरं पुरुषम्
पुरुषशब्दवाच्यं
पुरुषशब्दवाच्यम्
पूर्ण पूर्णत्वात्
पूर्णत्वात्
पुरीशयन च
पुरीशयन च
सत्यं
सत्यम्
सत्यं
तदेव परमार्थ स्वाभाव्यात्
तदेव परमार्थस्वभावात्
भाव्यात्
अक्षरं च अक्षरणात्
अक्षरं च अक्षरणात्
अक्षरणात्
अक्षतत्वात्
अक्षतत्वात्
वात्
अक्षयत्वाच्च
अक्षयत्वात् च
वेद विजानाति
वेदविजानाति
तां ब्रह्मविद्याम्
ब्रह्मविद्यां
तत्त्वतः यतावत्
ततः
यतावत्
प्रोवाच
प्रोवाच
उवाच
प्रब्रूयात्
प्रब्रूयात्
इत्यर्थः
इत्यर्थः
यतः
So to that person, Shishya, the Acharya, teaches Brahma Vidya. Yena Vijnanena, Yena referring to this Vijnanam, this Jnanam, this knowledge. So Upanishad uses Yena, it means this Vidya, Yaya Vidya, because Paravidya, Paravidya, two Vidyas are there referring to Paravidya, therefore Yaya Vidyaya. Bhashyakara says Yaya Vidyaya Paraya. That is Paravidya. Yaya Vidya Paravidya. Paraya Vidyaya. By this knowledge, what knowledge is the Paravidya, higher knowledge. Two types of Vidya. Dve Vidya Veditave Itihasma. In the beginning, Shaunak, in the Angiras told Shaunaka, two Vidyas. One is Paravidya, other one is Aparavidya. The knowledge is Akshara Vidya, which makes, by gaining which one becomes free, that is a Paravidya. So therefore, Yaya Vidyaya, Yena is equal to Yaya, that is Vijnanena, that is Vidya, Vidyaya, Paraya, by this knowledge, this Aksharam. Aksharam is Adreshadi Visheshanam. This has been, this Aksharam, this Brahma has been already talked about, mentioned with the Visheshana. Visheshana means adjective, but Visheshana means, how can Brahma have adjective? Brahma is not, it is not describable. The indescribable Brahma, for that the words are used. Adreshyam, Agragyam, Avarnam, Achakshuhu, Ashrotram, iti. All these are the words which describe the indescribable Brahma. To say that Brahma cannot be described, or to negate the idea, to negate the probable idea which one may have, those were negated by using these words. It is not available for seeing. It is not Drishya Vishaya. It is not Grahya Vishaya. One cannot hold it. It is not available for Karmendriya. It is not available for Jnanendriya. It is not available even for the mind. It cannot objectify because it is not an object. So by all these words, the Brahma which were described. So that is the description. So Visheshana means the description of the Aksharam Brahma by the words Adreshyadi, referring to the mantra, the first section of the first Mundaka, which we saw, sixth mantra, referring to that mantra. So that is Aksharam. Tat eva Aksharam. That eva Aksharam. That Akshara Brahma alone, Purusham, Purusha Shabda, Purusha Shabda Vachyam, that is called Purusha in the Shastram. That Aksharam is called Purusha. Aksharam is called the Purusha in the Shastram. And Bhashyakara gives the reason why it is called Purusha. Purnatvat. Purnatvat Purushaha. Sarvan Purayati. Iti Purushaha. That which pervades, which fills up everything. Which fills up everything. There is nothing there is no place or thing which is devoid of this Tattvam, Brahma Tattvam. So Chaitanyam pervades everything. It pervades even space. Space is all pervading. There is no place where space is not there. Space is all pervading. It is not divisible, not subject to division. And space itself is so subtle and not divisible. And that which is the cause of even the space, that must be Ati Sukshma, and this must be all pervasive. So Sarvan Purayati iti Purushaha, Purnaha, Purnaha Purusha, Purnah Purushaha. So Purnaha, Purnaha, the word from the Pru Dhatu, Purane, Purnaha, we know, Pru plus Ta Pratyaya, Purnaha, Purnatvat, Piparti iti Purnam. So it refers to the Brahma. Then Puri Shayanacha, Puri Shayanacha Purnaha, Puri Shayanacha Purushaha, that which is Puri. What is this Puri? In this, Shariram is the Puram. Shariram is the Puram. So in this Shariram, in this body city, this Purusha is dwelling, is residing. Navadvare Pure Dhehi Naiva Kurvanna Karayan. Gita, Bhagavan says, in this city with 9 gates, 9-gated city, this Dehi, this Atma is Ushati, is dwells. And even in Kathopanishad recently we saw Ekadashadvaram Ajasya Vakrachetasaha iti. In Gita it is Navadvara, the body with the body city with the 9 gates. In Kathopanishad with 11 gates, 2 more gates. One referring to the Nabi, the gate, the hole. Other referring to the top of the head, the Murda, through which the prana lives when death happens. So that is also considered to be the Dwaram. So Ekadasha Dwaram iti. So this is whether it is the 9-gated city or 11-gated city. This is a city. Puravat. Therefore in this Puri, Shayanath, this Purusha who is residing in this body. So Puri Shayanath Purushaha. So Purnatvat Atava Puri Shayanacha Purushaha. And this is Satyam. This Brahma is called Purushaha. Why? Because it is Purnam, because it is resides in the body. Therefore, it is called Purnam. Purnatvat Purishayanacha. And that Brahma is Satyam. It is Satyam. That alone is real. Tadanyata Sarvam Nitya iti. That is a Satya Vastu. That Brahma, that is the subject matter of your inquiry. So that is Satyam. Everything is, there is no everything. In fact, everything is Brahma only. Everything resolves into Brahma. All the Nama Rupa resolve into Brahma. They are not Satyam, they are Mithya. So, Satyam, that is, the Brahma is Satyam. Satyam, it means that which is real. That is Satyam. Paramartha Swabhavyat. Paramartha Swabhavyat. Swabhavaha eva Swabhavaha. It's a Tadita word. Swabhavyat. The word is Swabhava. Swabhava means nature. Swabhava is nature. Swabhava Tadita. So Swarte, Shain Pratyaya is added. Swarte. So Swabhava. Swabhava, Swabhavyat. Paramartha Swabhavyat. So Paramartha. Paramascha, so Arthaha, Paramartha. That which is Paramartha, that is which is absolute, that be the absolute reality. The Paramartha. Paramartha Swabhavik Yasya. Tat, referring to that. So Paramartha Swabhavyam Yasya Tat Paramartha Swabhavyam and Panchami Swabhavyat. Because why it is Satyam? The reason, the hetu is given because of its nature of being the Paramartha Tattvam. Therefore, Satyam. So Paramartha Swabhavyat Satyam. Why it is Satyam? Tat eva Paramartha Swabhavyat. Tat Brahma eva Paramartha Swabhavyat Satyam. Paramartha Swabhavyat Panchami. Panchami is Hetu. Hetu Panchami. That Brahma, which is because of its nature of being the Paramartha, the Paramartha Tattvam, the absolute reality. Therefore, it is Satyam. So this, it is not Vyavaharika Satya, it is not Pratibhasika, it is Paramarthika. Paramarthika means that Trikale Tishtati, that cannot be negated. That cannot be negated in any period of time. Trikale Abaditam Tishtati. It is Satyam. Because Vyavaharika is negated from the Paramarthika standpoint, this Vyavaharika Prapancha, the Jagrata Avastha Prapancha is negated. This Vyavaharika Prapancha. Pratibhasika is negated from the Jagrata Avastha, but this Paramarthika cannot be negated. This Paramarthika, in fact, continues in all the state, whether it is Jagrata Avastha, Swapna Avastha, Sushupti Avastha, every state of experience it is because of this Paramarthika Satyam. That cannot be negated. Therefore, that which cannot be negated in any state of experience, that which cannot be negated in any period of time, Trikale Tishtati, that is Satyam, Paramartha Satyam, that Purusham, which is Nityam. So that is the Satyam. Then Aksharam. Aksharam is Na Ksharati iti Aksharam. Aksharanat Aksharam. Bhashyakara says, why it is called Aksharam? Aksharanat, because it is doesn't change, doesn't undergo any change. Na Vyeti, doesn't decay. Changing either from one form to other form or change in the form of decay, that Vikara, the Shat Vikara, it is not there. So, therefore, Aksharanat Aksharam. Akshatattvat. Akshatatvat. Aksharanat, there it is Kshar Dhatu. Ksharati. Here Akshatatvat Kshan Dhatu. Dhatu is different. Kshan means that it is Vilodane. I think Vilodane. Kshan, I have to check. Kshata. Kshara Kshata, there is a difference. Kshata is that which is broken, it's called Kshata. Akshata is which doesn't, that which is not broken. That which is not broken. It means it is not divisible. That's why Akshatatvat. Akshatatvat Aksharaha, Aksharanat Aksharaha. And one more Bhashyakara says, Akshayatvacha. Why it is called Akshara? Akshayatvacha. Akshaya, here Kshi Dhatu. Dhatus are different. From different dhatus, Bhashyakara gives the Vyutpatti of the word Akshara. One is Kshar Dhatu, Aksharanat, Akshaha. Other one is Kshan Dhatu, Akshatatvat, Aksharaha, Aksharam, not Aksharaha, Aksharam. Then Kshi Dhatu, Kshi means Kshaye. Akshayatvat, aksharam iti. Shi avidyamanaha kshayaha yasmin yasya, that which is free from the kshaya, decay, it's called aksharam. So that aksharam Brahma, therefore all the three words aksharam, purusham, satyam, all these words refer to the Brahma. They are not adjective. They describe the Brahma. All these words mean the Brahma. The Brahma which is akshara, which is free from the change, which is free from viparinama, which is free from vinasha, that akshara Brahma, which is free from change, which is nirvikara Brahma, Veda vijanati. Veda vijanati. One knows, vijanati, jnadatu, jadatu, vijanati. It's jnadatu only, sorry. Jnadatu, ninth gana, vijanati. Veda is with vidadatu, vida jnane. This jnadatu, ninth gana, vijanati, one knows. Tam, Brahma Vidyam, that Brahma Vidya, one knows. When taught by the teacher teaches, therefore one knows. Tam Brahma Vidyam. Tam Brahma Vidyam Tattvataha, that Brahma Vidya Tattvataha Yathavat. Tattvataha, it is there in the mantra. Tattvataha is Yathavat, as it is. As it is, Provacha. Provacha is Parokshe, lit, past tense, remote past. Bhashyakara says Provacha is equal to Prabhruyat. Prakarshena Bruyat, Prabhruyat. It means the teacher, the Jnani, the Vidwan would teach. Prabhruyat, it's a ling lakara. So Provacha lit lakara, Prabhruyat ling lakara. The teacher should teach. Prabhruyat Tattvataha, as it is. What? This Brahma Vidya. When taught by the teacher, the disciple knows. This aksharam, purusham, satyam, Veda vijanati. This shishya knows when taught by the teacher. To the shishya, the teacher should teach. When approached, when the shishya endowed with the adhikaritvam approaches, the teacher should teach. He cannot say no, he must teach. And the shishya receives the knowledge, he understands. So this teacher also should teach. That is the Shastra says it's a rule. So the teacher also should teach when the student is qualified. And when the student has approached the teacher properly, then this teacher should teach. He should not say no. If the shishya is not qualified, or the shishya, if the teacher thinks for him the teacher would be better, then he can direct the person to some other teacher. That is a different thing. Or this that the teacher should teach. It means the teacher will never say no to such shishya who is Prashanta Chittaya Shamanvitaya. Then the last line. Acharyasyapi
Acharyasyapi
ayam niyamaha
Ayam niyamah
nyaya prapta satchishyaya nistaranam. Vidya mahodadhe Acharyasyapi ayam niyamaha. This is a niyama, this is a rule. This is a rule for the acharya. Acharyasya api, even for the acharya, this is the rule, this is a convention. What is that? It's Enyaya prapta satchishyaya nistaranam. Nistaranam means crossing over. Tridhatu, nistaranam. That is helping the shishya to cross over. Helping the shishya to cross over what the samsara sagara, helping the shishya to nyaya prapta satchishyaya. Satchishyaya means the shishya is such a right person, is a right student. So the Shruti here, it gives the rule, or the instruction for the teacher that the teacher should help the shishya, the student, to cross over this samsara. And who is yajnaya prapta satchishya, who has approached the teacher properly, that person should be helped by the teacher to cross over this samsara sahara. Nistaranam, through dhatu, the causative, so helping to cross over the samsara. So he causes the shishya to cross over avidya mahodadehe. Avidya is a mahodadi. Mahodadi means ocean. Udadi, Mahan Udadi. It is a great Udadi, great water. Great water means it's an ocean of samsara. And what is it? Characterized by the samsara? Avidya. This ajnana. Therefore, the teacher, when the shishya approaches properly, the teacher should help him to cross over this avidya mahodadi. This is also the niyama for the acharya. The Dvitiya Mundaka concludes, Iti Atharva Vediya.
Iti
Atharvavediya.
Not that. You can say Mundaka Upanishad Bhashye. Pratama Mundake Dvitiyaha Khandaha. With this, the Vashyam to the second section of the first Mundaka is over. Then Pratama Mundakam Samaptam, means Pratama Mundakam Samaptam. Then Dvitiya Mundaka starts, which we will see in the next class, with the summary to this section. The summary to the section, the next Mundaka, we will start in the next class. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद
धन्यवाद
गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद गुरुजी।
धन्यवाद.